Good morning, America. How are ya? Monday Morning Rail. Hi, I'm Denny Jelsma, and I'm at the world-famous Jacksonville Terminal Railroad Museum in Jacksonville, Florida. And you know what Monday is? It's show and tell. And today we have an exciting train to show you at show and tell. You know, a lot of people ask me, what is my favorite train? Well, I got about 150 favorite trains. There's not one that I like that is the #1 train. I love the Wabash. I love the Union Pacific trains, the Seaboard, the Atlantic Coastline, the Southern, the Pennsylvania, all the name trains that ran in the 30s and 40s and 50s, all the way up into the 60s before Amtrak took over. They all were just absolutely wonderful trains, and for America to travel, it was very easy to travel. And the famous stars and the famous politicians and even gangsters rode famous name trains. And so the nostalgia that you have with these trains is just phenomenal. The train I'm going to show you today on Show and Tell is kind of a pride and joy of the Jacksonville Terminal Railroad Museum, and it has been immortalized in song by the famous Johnny Cash, and that is the Orange Blossem Special. You know, this was a very special train. It was the elite of New York, would go to Miami. It ran during the winter season, and it was an absolute first-class train. The train even had its name on the engines, which you'll see in a moment. They had the Orange Blossom name on cars. This train was extremely popular that they had to run sections. And for an example, if they had the Orange Blossom, let's say it left at 2 o'clock out of New York, well, maybe 10 minutes later they would have a second train. And if it was sold out, then they would have a third train. And this was very common. The Union Pacific had many sections to their city trains, and the same thing with the Pennsylvania Railroad. But this Seaboard airline train was first pulled by a steam engine, and then in the late 30s, early 40s, it was dieselized. And what we have here is a diesel engine, an E6, and it had the Orange Blossom Special right on the side of it. And it was an extremely beautiful train to watch. So this is what is at show and tell. And here is the Orange Blossom Special. As you can see on the engine, it says Orange Blossom Special. And on the cars, this was an all heavyweight train, a very luxurious train, and it was an extra fare train. And it actually, the southbound section, depending upon the section, went through Baldwin, Florida, which is to the west of Jacksonville, and speeded on down into Miami. But you can see where it says the Orange Blossom Special. This was first dieselized in 1938 with an E4, and Seaboard Airlines were the only railroad that ran E4s. What we have here is the E6. And we love running this train because not only it was immortalized by Johnny Cash and other country singers, but it is just a gorgeous, beautiful train. And that's why we love show and tell, that we could show you the toys that we love playing with at our club. So from beautiful Jacksonville, Florida. At the first, we want to say thank you for watching Show and Tell at the Jacksonville Terminal Railroad Museum in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida.